Okay, let's get started. I think there we go. Okay. Now I can draw because now I got the chat up. Okay, let's see here. Hold on a second. Okay. Just making sure I had the right stupid microphone setup because that seems to be like a major issue for me. Okay. Decoding. Ooh. What layer are we on? Always make sure that you're on the right layer when you want to paint. Huh. No, now I got 2 viewers. Alright. Hello, people. And I apologize, I don't really talk much while I'm drawing. I'm also not really used to sharing my drawing with other people, but I've been asked to do it. So here I am coloring. Maybe like next time we'll like go through some sketching and turning it into an actual drawing. I don't know. I couldn't sit here long enough to do one start to finish, but we can try something more than just broadcasting something I'm already working on. So I did do a video the other weekend, which was kind of like a tutorial for a friend of mine, and he wants to learn how to draw. Not that there's, you know, like YouTube is already oversaturated with that kind of stuff, but I made a tutorial video, and it's on my Facebook page, facebook.com/SJJART, and you can go there and scroll down and find it. And there you can sort of see like some more of my process. I'm just coloring, not really doing process tonight. So that's that. But yeah, if you guys have questions, you can type in the chat or send to my Twitter, which is at the top of your screen, and I will answer questions, I guess. Anything within reason. I guess the one good thing about this is that it sort of keeps me accountable for working on something. I tend to start things and not finish them. Unless it's a commission. Of course. You know, money is a good motivator. You know, if I'm doing something in traditional media, I like to work in Copic markers. And those I do finish. It goes a lot faster than this. Alrighty. I could sit here and overblend this stuff all night. And I guess that would be pretty boring for you guys. Trying to do this where the light is coming pretty much from straight on. I kind of like that. Make this a little harder and a little smaller, and do some shading around Wolfie's gloves here. And we'll blend that out a little bit later because I like to blend. Okay. And I apologize for coughing, but I'm getting over a cold. Not stuffy anymore, but still coughing. let's see here. Get this a little bigger. I really only want the highlight to be like in the middle. So I have to make this shading a little more dramatic. Bear with me while I overwork everything in this section. I like everything blendy, so let's see. Now that I've over blended everything again, I'll have to go back in. It takes me forever to friggin' paint digitally. Anyway, you have an arm muscle like right here. So we'll kind of try to shade that in a little bit, because, excuse me, not only are these girls supposed to be pretty, they're supposed to be able to kick your ass. Because, let's see, my friend and I write a lot of stories with these characters in them, and one of these days I'm going to finish one of the comic books that I sort of started with the characters, but let's see. Yeah, I could spend all night just working on this, on the arm of one of the girls. Slow at this. Okay. And hello, new watchers. If you have any questions, ask in the chat. I'll answer questions. I thought that maybe I should put on some like nice background music or something for you guys, but maybe next time. I've got the TV on, watching Supernatural, which is like my favorite TV show. I don't know what you guys like, but I can put on pretty much any episode of that TV show and have a pretty satisfying evening. Now we overkilled that again. Overkill. And now we'll bring in some of the darker shading down to this part of her arm. And then maybe after this part of the arm, we'll find another place to skip to, because that kind of tends to be how I work. I just go around from part to part, which is why I do everything on separate layers. Like, there's people that paint everything on one layer, and I find that that doesn't really work for me. One, because I'm not the greatest artist in the world, and two, just because of my haphazard method of digital painting. It's easier for me to just kind of go around all ADHD-like and then bring it all together at the end. Bring in some white here for like strong highlights. Again, I apologize for coughing. I'm getting over a cold. Okay, let's see. We have like sort of blocked in basic shading on her arm. Maybe go back to other girl's arm for a little bit. Alright, let's see, we got over in here. And every once in a while I zoom out to kind of get the whole feel for the picture, because when you're working on one spot up close for so long, you tend to kind of forget how it goes along with the rest of everything. Yeah, I think I'll go play with her face for a little bit. And that's how I do it. I just keep skipping around until everything sort of comes together. I just work in the shadows darker and darker until I get them where I want. I tend to kind of, I don't know, my idea is to aim for like dramatic highlights and shading, and then I sort of get going and then think that maybe I'm really gonna mess something up, so then I kind of end up being more conservative than I wanted to be. So, trying to work on it this time until I get it exactly where I want. And then this brush that I use is a custom brush, and I forget who made it, but I got it on DeviantArt somewhere. Anyway, it's called Butter Blend. And I guess this is my favorite brush to use. I can use this pretty much exclusively, and you get really nice, like, different kind of lines with it. Like here you can get, by changing the hardness setting that I have over here, you can get really hard paint, and then you can take it down, you can get almost like airbrush like paint. So I pretty much exclusively use it. So if you use Mango Studio, you can probably Google for that brush and find it. Maybe one of these days I'll go look for it again and tell everybody where it is. But you can pretty much just do that, so you can get a hard line and then change the hardness down and just kind of blend it out a little bit. It's pretty nice. So you can get painty effect, airbrush effect, whatever. I tend to use a harder while I'm putting down the initial shading and then switch. Like, even though I have the brush pretty hard now, you can still blend it out pretty good, but then I tend to switch to the hardness a little bit, make it a little bit softer. And then, yeah, the colors I'm using are the Copic colors, which some of them I imported from Autodesk Sketchbook, and then I found somebody who made a complete color palette. So then I imported that to get that all down here, right down here in the corner. It has all the colors. Yes, this one I'm using now is, oops, Lipstick Neutral, which I think looks nicer on the computer than it does in real life. It's not a color that I really use when I'm doing the markers. And then I had to make a custom color of it a little bit darker, because there's not really a darker shade of that. So what am I supposed to blend it with? Alright? Okay. Let me make the brush bigger and then bring the hardness down. And then if I want to blend it out like this, I can blend it out like this. Again, with this picture, the effect I'm working for is that the light is coming straight on, so yeah, we're putting the shading towards the edges and the highlights in the middle. So, yay, another new viewer. Hi! Again, people are free to ask me questions in the chat, and I'll try to answer your questions. Let's see. So I just need to blend. Ooh, that's too hard. Blend the highlight back into the regular skin tone and back. Sort of. So have a little bit of dark under the nose, but I don't want to make it look like she has like a mustache or something stupid. So do that, and down here around the chin, make it just a little bit lighter, and sort of blend it back in with the original skin tone I used, which if you're going for the markers, that was the E000, which is, I don't remember, I think that's pale fruit pink. Yeah, one of these days I'll do like a marker coloring video. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. I have an older model Wi-Fi camera which only broadcasts to Ustream, I guess it is. So I'll have to get some other kind of camera set up so I can broadcast how I do traditional media for you guys sometime. Yeah, I'm just trying to kill time tonight while I'm waiting for a friend to make an ASMR video. And I don't know if you guys know what ASMR is. It seems to be like a lot of people who are into art because it's relaxing, who also have that affliction, I guess you would call it. But a friend of mine who also has that is trying to make his first video tonight and make a YouTube channel. So when he gets that channel up and running, I'll probably post something about it on my Facebook page, which you can find a link to in my profile if you're on a computer. See if and hold on, that noise is my phone. Oh, apparently Twitch is acting up tonight for some people. Some people who don't have an account can't make an account to watch, which kind of sucks. I thought you could watch without an account. Maybe that's only like if you're on Xbox or whatever. If I'm watching people, I usually load it up on the Xbox so I can have it on the TV in the background while I'm doing something else. Yeah, don't know really what else to talk about right now, so if you've got questions, ask in the chat. Whoops. That brush was too hard. I gotta fix that a little bit. Alright. Come back down in here. And one boob kind of overlays the other a little bit, so there should be a shadow here. Shadow there. Okay, Let's see, let's put some of the highlights in then. Right there, up in here. And actually, I kind of messed this up. This should like up in here, along the top of the collarbone. Actually, you get a highlight, and then it dips down a little bit on the other side. So then you get the shadow here. Let's see if we can make this a little bit smaller and then go in there with like a stronger highlight. And then make a little bit stronger shading in here. Sort of kind of give it like a 3D effect. That's not really my strong point. Oops. Why is it doing that? I don't want that. And then I'm going to just soften the edge just a little bit. A little bit. Okay. And then in my typical fashion, I'd probably be tired of working on this area by now, and I'd probably go on to something else, come back to it. But in the spirit of trying to finish something, we'll kind of work over here for a little bit. Anyway, I'm planning to release this picture as a print when I'm finished, because I've already been asked for a print of it. So unfortunately, I'm only going to be shipping, because it'll be 11 by 17, so I'm only going to ship it to the US probably, at least for now. So I'm sorry to anybody international, but it is ungodly expensive to ship packages from the US to anywhere else. And then zoom out and kind of see how that's going. And I'm gonna save it. It's like a thing that always gets me. I forget to save it while I'm working on it, and then my computer does something like install updates and shuts down on me. I can't tell you how many times something's been ruined, absolutely ruined, because I'm an idiot. Alright, let's see. Didn't do any shading on her shoulder yet. Make it a little bit harder. Want that smaller, not that small. There we go. And just a little bit softer with the darker highlights. And then Just a little bit with the strong highlight, and now I'm not happy with that side. I don't know. Well, that'll work for now. Yeah, let's bring in the hair. I've hemmed and hawed over it. Work on that a little bit. And I have two colors here. One is Copic Lionette Gold, and the other one is like a darker version of that I made because, again, the Copic color. Whoops, there goes my chair. The Copic color palette that I made for this include all of the shades. It doesn't have all 352, I think they have. Maybe it was 357. But we'll go and work on this a little bit. Okay. Like, I've already done a little bit with the hair, just a little bit. In the front part of her hair. Here. And just want to soften that a little bit. Too much. Oh well. And Junie here is a real blonde, but usually use yellow for her hair. I decided not to this time to try and make it more of like a golden color. And Now I'm just gonna do some of the highlights. Pretty strong, so we can blend everything together. Now I'll just go and blend everything together, sort of, because that's how that works. And then go back again and like touch up. I might need to get an even like darker color for her hair to sit. Give it a little more depth, I guess. Oops. Did not want to do that. Pulled out a different picture. in there, sort of. That's like almost good enough for her hair. Alright, let's take like a 20-second hand break. I get like writer's cramp pretty easily, so it's hard for me to like sit here for hours and color for you guys. There. Maybe we'll just make this a little bit darker. Just a little bit. See how that compares to the other color. Yeah, it's pretty good. And then I'm gonna go in just a little bit where I'd want the darkest. Like really scrub it in there and then feather it out. Up in here, this would actually be where your hair starts, above your ear, like, so that should be pretty dark. Maybe I'll make this a little bit bigger and sort of cut her bangs seem like way lighter than the rest of her hair, sort of. Just to get blended out of it. So we'd be quiet. Alright. It's apparent that I'm going to have to take a let the dog out break shortly. guess I'm gonna leave her hair like that for now. And then when I want to erase like outside the lines, you can either go in with the eraser tool, or you can go to your line art layer, where if you have, oops, that's not gonna work. If your lines are all connected, can I find somewhere where they're all connected? Oh, here we go. Like in here, or then select the hair. We'll move that to the middle for you guys. And you can select that on your line art layer. Go back to the layer. Go back to the hair layer, and just hit delete. And we'll take that out. But if your lines are not all connected, like we have up here, there's a break around her eye, then your only choice is to erase. But anyway, there's different ways of painting where you don't have to do this. So, that's that. And eventually I get around to cleaning everything up and it will look all nice. But I don't think I'm going to do all the cleanup right now. And you can see I've already done her hair. I might go back in and like make some of the highlights brighter, but for now I think I'm just gonna leave that as it is. So let's see, we've been at this for an hour and my hand needs a break, so that's going to be all for this broadcast, guys, and we'll do this again another time. So I will see you all later. Bye bye.